Does iShowSpeed own the world? Is he the biggest streamer when it comes to influence on any platform? Well, let's find out today with this video called iShowSpeed Owns the World. Link to the original video down in the description. If you like the conversations and reactions and commentary that we have here on this channel, consider subscribing to your boy. And anything that I talk about, you're welcome to comment on anything. It's all fair game. So with all that out of the way, let's get into it.
A ceiling, a limit to their reach. Even the biggest creators, most YouTubers have a ceiling, a limit to their reach. Even the biggest creators, millions of subscribers, sold out theaters, viral moments, they all exist within a defined space, a realm of possibility. But then there's speed. This isn't just influencer fame, this is something else. This is Michael Jackson in the 80s, Beatles in the 60s, the kind of hysteria that doesn't just trend online, it shuts down entire cities.
A YouTube star with 30...
Okay, all right. I know this is, he's not as big as Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson did it without the internet. So I just want to let's calm down here. But yes, he is very, 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 very well known.
3 million followers has caused absolute chaos on the Gold Coast. Police had to stop traffic and block off streets, and the schoolies flocked to catch a glimpse of iShowSpeed.
Now, what if I told you that all of this, and I mean all of it, really started with just $1.79 and a random kid named Bradley? The date is March 26, 2022, and this is Darren Watkins, a 17-year-old kid who's better known online as iShowSpeed. At this point, he's doing pretty well for himself. 6 million subscribers, a loyal fan base, and a reputation for being loud, unpredictable, and completely unfiltered. But in the next 10 seconds, Speed's trajectory is going to change forever. He just doesn't know it yet.
Bradley donated £1.79 through Super Chat. What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey.
3 words, Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey. A simple answer, a throwaway moment. But what Speed didn't realize, what nobody realized, was that this wasn't just another clip. It was a portal, a gateway into a world far bigger than anything he'd ever known.
What he's saying is he found an audience that wasn't just American minds. American, I don't know. I don't even know what to call us, you know?
Why? Well, because football. No, not that football, this football. See, most Americans, we live in a bubble. And to us, football means Tom Brady, tailgates, and Super Bowl commercials. But outside of the US, football isn't just another sport, it's a religion.
Yeah.
It's woven into the fabric of daily life. It's in the favelas of Brazil, where kids are dribbling barefoot on concrete, dreaming of being the next Neymar. It's in the alleyways of Paris, the packed streets of Lagos, the beaches of Thailand. It's the pulse of a country, the pride of a city. And when that clip escaped the bubble, it hit the internet like a grenade. Reposts, retweets, millions upon millions of views. Overnight, Speed had stumbled into an audience he never even knew existed. Now, for my fellow Americans out there, let me put this into perspective. The Super Bowl averages around 115 million viewers. Huge, right? But the World Cup, the 2022 final alone had 1.5 billion people watch.
Billions, right? This kind of goes back to the Kendrick Lamar doing this halftime Super Bowl. And then when Drake got the deal with the World Cup. So is it the World Cup? I don't remember. It's kind of like, man, they showed Drake. And it's like, dude, yes, he's gonna get a bigger audience. But I do want to say this. This also kind of showed that, because this is, I don't know if he's going to mention this in the video, but Speed he wasn't like a sports creator, right? And I think, again, a lot of people associate sports creators with people who only cover sports. Up until this point, you didn't have gaming creators really reach across into other genres, specifically sports, so, or actively participate in international sports. And he kind of talks about that, but I think it's really, you need to highlight that more, is that he kind of was a sports creator without being one, and showing that you can participate in a sport without only doing sports, if that makes sense.
Across the entire tournament, over 5 billion tuned in. Bradley didn't just donate $1.79, he unknowingly handed Speed a ticket to the biggest stage in the world. So Speed picked up a soccer ball for the first time, booted up FIFA, and something clicked. As he butchered players' names, lost his mind over pack openings, and celebrated every game like it was the UCL final, the football world didn't just watch, they embraced the chaos. Fans poured in from every corner of the globe, not just for the gameplay, but for the spectacle. And at the center of it all, one man, one obsession. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo isn't just a soccer legend, he's the biggest name on the biggest stage in the entire world. Over 1 billion followers across social platforms, more than any musician, actor, or influencer. To millions, he's not just a player, he's a symbol of greatness. And Speed built his entire persona around him. First, it was just clips. Then it became hit songs, music videos, and even CR7 tattoos. Soon, every stream, every viral moment, every suey, it was all leading to one defining moment.
Yo, chat, y'all think one day I'll meet Ronaldo, y'all? I want to meet him one day,
2009.
Speed went from a fan to a fanatic. His obsession with Ronaldo consumed him, turning a dream into a mission.
But again, like, he still played video games. He still was his traditional content, but he merged the two. Like, it wasn't like, let's take, say, like, a Flight Reacts. You know, he mostly does reaction content, and like, he reacts to sports and stuff, but he doesn't have that commitment out to anything other than like NBA 2K or certain sports games, right? Whereas Speed is over here playing Fortnite. He's actually doing a lot. He's actually invested in other things. Speed is just like, to give him credit, he still kept doing what he did, but merged everything together, which is pretty cool.
He was going to meet his idol no matter what. And before anyone realized it, Speed wasn't just reacting to everything Ronaldo, he was chasing him across the world. From the FA Cup in London to the World Cup in Qatar, he flew across continents, screaming from the stands, desperate for Ronaldo to notice him. And every time he failed, it was like a match hitting jet fuel. The fire didn't just grow, it erupted. The chase had grown into a movement online. Fans weren't just watching, they were invested. They wanted it to happen. They needed it to happen. And the hype got so loud that even Ronaldo's own teammates took notice.
Okay. Yeah. Answer this truthfully, okay? Truthfully.
Yeah.
Does Ronaldo know me?
Yeah.
This pursuit really pulled Speed out from behind the desk and removed him from the same video game focused path that most streamers follow, as he hopped from country to...
Exactly. I'm glad he mentioned that. I think that's where he had a choice, right? That a lot of streamers and content creators have. Either dominate entirely a genre, a niche, kind of like Ninja did. He is the Fortnite guy. Or make your own path and see what happens. He chose to see what happens, right? And I think that's what we all need to get back to. And that's kind of what honestly made live streaming and all that great, was people doing something that was uniquely them. Whereas feels like for a long time, everyone was just, oh, we're all going to play Fortnite. We're all going to play Among Us now. It's just, I'm glad we're getting away from that. And I'm glad there's somebody that shows that you can be successful without doing all that.
Country, from training sessions to sold-out stadiums. This IRL format unlocked his full potential. His chaotic energy wasn't just entertaining, it was electric. With 17 million subscribers now rallying behind him, the chase wasn't just a dream anymore, it was destiny. Following a 3-0 win over Bosnia, a stadium of Portugal fans buzzing with energy, and deep in a parking garage after months of chasing, screaming, Speed's dream finally became reality. But along the way,
I love I think there was an AI edit of them like kissing and shit. That shit was crazy. It's like, what?
Speed started to notice something. He had fans back home, sure, but here, and the rest of the world, it was different. The energy, the crowds, the sheer scale of people showing up for him, it was unreal. So what did he do? Well, he basically started a global tour. Japan, the UK, India, Brazil, each destination was different, but the effect was the same. One day he was playing cricket in India, the next he was screaming Sui at the Ballon d'Or. He was embracing local culture, standing face to face with his audience, country by country, city by city. He wasn't just passing through, he was leaving behind entire waves of diehard fans.
You get money because you look cute.
At first, it seemed like a traveling circus. Wherever Speed went, people gathered, drawn in by the sheer unpredictability of Speed's stream. They just wanted to watch, to see the chaos unfold in real time.
And I want to say this. I don't know if he's going to bring it up, but I do want to give credit to Speed. I think obviously he's still a kid, right? But I'm not saying that to take away credit from him. But one of the things that I've noticed, right? I want to make this clear. is when people become famous or celebrities or, big YouTubers, they become too cool. They try to be too cool for everything. To be too cool for just to have fun. They don't want to have fun anymore. And even though Speed is a little goofy and yeah, his audience is still for kids, he didn't like try to be too cool. He said, "You know what? This is what my fans wanted me. This is what I like." He's aware and he still does it, right? And he didn't try to change. Like he's not over here on like, his Bugatti arc that he's too cool to play video games now, guys. He's too cool to talk to you guys and meet you out in public. You know what I mean? Like he's still, I mean, he's obviously probably has a persona, but you get what I'm saying. He didn't become too cool for his own audience.
To witness whatever unpredictable thing that he would do next.
Was there a moment where you were just starting out where you're like, oh wow, like my streams feel different now? It's not just me like in Ohio or traveling to a few locations. It's like feels bigger than before.
I think when I did my first Euro tour.
In the summer of 2024, Speed set his sights on something bigger, a full-scale tour spanning across half of Europe, 18 countries in 30 days. From trying a doner kebab in Germany to meeting the Prime Minister of Albania to playing soccer in the streets of Poland, every stop became a landmark moment. Fans sprinted through miles, weaving through traffic, desperately trying to be a part of the action.
Yo, what is this, bro?
25, 26, and 27 million subscribers. All milestones that take most YouTubers a lifetime to reach, yet Speed was hitting them like clockwork, gaining over 2 million subscribers in a single month.
I want to thank every country, Poland, Austria, Switzerland, Belgium, Netherlands.
His fan base wasn't just growing, it was erupting. And every other day, he popped into a new country, and with each stop, the crowd swelled. Their energy was insane.
And I will say this, as somebody who, though I'm not a big creator, not yet, I've noticed, as somebody who has a huge audience from Poland, shout out to my Poland audience, I've noticed that some of these European countries don't really get shown a lot of love from content creators and like streamers and stuff outside of very specific things. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but they don't get as much love shown to say, like, for example, I'm here for Poland, you know what I mean? Whereas like usually it's like, oh, we're here in Europe and we just happen to be in Poland. No, it's like the fact that you say the country and you show love to that specific country. There's a lot of European countries that just don't get enough love in the mainstream. And I think him doing that, showing that love to those countries, I think is also a big thing.
But there's a fine line between fandom and frenzy. One wrong move, and chaos is just a heartbeat away.
Yeah.
And in Norway, Speed was forced to learn this lesson the hard way.
Bro, we gotta call the police, bro. We gotta call the police. There's no way we get out of this.
In Norway, a crowd grew so fast that it took just 9 minutes and 6 seconds to swallow Speed and his team whole, trapping them inside of a souvenir shop. And with nowhere to go, no security strong enough to stop the swarm, the only way out was to force through it. But Norway wasn't an anomaly. It was just a more extreme version of something that had been happening across Europe.
Nah, this is crazy.
Everywhere Speed went, fans didn't just want to see him, they wanted a piece of him. They lunged at him, clawing for anything they could grab. His hat, his shoes, even his hair. It wasn't just excitement, it was desperation. A chance to touch internet royalty, to leave with a souvenir proving they'd been there, that they had met Speed.
That's crazy. Okay, that's weird, bro.
Cities weren't prepared, security wasn't enough. In Speed, he was in the middle of it, trying to navigate the madness as the walls of people closed in around him.
And I think this is also too that he's not really talking about it, but if you look at it, it's mostly kids, and this is what's actually kind of dangerous. And again, it's not really his fault. Like, obviously, he should probably coordinate better with the actual government and the police there. But I'm sure he's probably learned that by now. But the fact that his audience is kids, whether you know it or not. But just the fact that it's kids that are like really swarming him and really pushing, like that's actually kind of crazy if you think about it.
Stop banging!
You're like the Beatles. You're like Michael Jackson when you go, like when LeBron, when I see these NBA players go and they go to Asia and how the crowd just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, you get that kind of reception.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is
What they don't tell you about being an 18-year-old kid skyrocketing to internet fame is that there's no playbook, no guidance, no blueprint. You're forced to learn through trial and error, with your mistakes playing out in front of millions. Speed's European tour shattered the limits of what a social media influencer was supposed to be able to achieve. The sheer size of his crowds rivaled A-list musicians, and doing this became dangerous, not just for Speed, but for the fans. And walking into these places unprepared was simply no longer an option. If he was going to keep doing world tours, he needed more than just hype. He needed infrastructure.
And even then, it's probably getting way more expensive for him now, because he's now having to hire actual government police. And I'm sure it's a whole can of worms now, where it's in the past he could have, you know what I mean? Like it's a whole different scale of logistics that he's gonna have to deal with.
How do you prepare? How do you get ready? Like, okay, you're going to Asia and you're probably I'm going to say you're going to be going for what, a minimum 10 days? 7 to 10 days?
10 days.
Okay, 10 days. How do you prepare for a trip like that?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. And the back end that people don't see. You gotta take
security detail.
Yeah, security, cars. What are we gonna do? What exits we're gonna take? Because it's gonna be like 5,000 people following us. So There's a lot that go into these streams that people don't see. Like people just see the 15-second clip of me. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot that goes into that. Europe, I didn't plan nothing because I had to improvise. I'm still getting better when it comes to these tours. Then after stream, you gotta shake the fans off that's following you. Switch cars, doppelganger. You gotta I got somebody on my team that look like me.
Right.
Then we go in a different car. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Ooh. Speed's next move was calculated. A tour.
Which, hey, that's why when you get that big, one of the things that I give credit to Kai for is as soon as he started making money, hire a manager, a talent manager. Because you basically, all you have to do is you'd say, hey, here's my money, go make me more money. And then you don't have to stress as much about the little logistics things. Like Speed's not planning all this himself, but the fact that, hire a team. As soon as you get the money to hire somebody for a team, you go do it. That's like the first thing you should do.
Or across Southeast Asia. And it was smart for one reason. You see, most American A-listers don't even think about Southeast Asia. When they go international, it's the usual circuit. London, Paris, Tokyo, maybe Australia if they're feeling generous. This really ties back into the bubble I mentioned earlier. If you live in LA, New York, or just about any major US city, seeing a celebrity on the street isn't that big of a deal. Even just catching a concert is just a short drive away. But in Southeast Asia, that kind of access is almost non-existent, which for Speed meant the anticipation was at an all-time high. And almost instantly, he was greeted with this. From getting mobbed in the Philippines, scammed in Vietnam, and crashing a tuk-tuk in Thailand, every stop was a chaotic mix of fan friends.
You know what's crazy? I'm thinking to myself, like, well, would I want this kind of stardom? I don't think so. Maybe because I'm older. I'm not that old. I'm only 29. But maybe when I was younger, I'm sure I would. But now it just seems like, I don't know. It sounds weird saying like I don't want to sound ungrateful because I can't predict the future. But let's say I get down the road in that way. It feels like it would become so much more of a headache and like, I don't know. I guess I would have to see, like I would have to be in his shoes to see what it's really like. But it just seems like at a certain point it just becomes just not worth it.
Frenzy.
But then again, it's like, well, if you say it's not worth it, then you're being ungrateful to your fans. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Cultural immersion and classic Speed antics. He met Manny Pacquiao, sparked local fighters, tried exotic foods, and even crossed 30 million subscribers in the Strait of Cambodia. But The record books were broken in Indonesia. During his live stream from Jakarta, Speed achieved something no English-speaking streamer had ever done before. He surpassed 1 million concurrent viewers, 1 million people all watching live.
I thought the Spanish streamers broke that a long time ago. I'm pretty sure. But I guess it's not. But as an American, did he say American streamer? I think he pretty much. I think he said American. I don't remember. I kind of blanked out. Look at this. Look at this still. Still, it's an accomplishment.
It was the ultimate testament to his rise. What started as a chaotic, over-the-top personality had evolved into a global phenomenon, shattering records and cementing Speed as the most watched live streamer in the world.
Oh my God, that's really 1 million, bro! 1 fucking million!
Speed's momentum only grew, taking him from Australia to New Zealand and across all of South America. But his journey isn't just a list of global tour stops. It's a whirlwind of unpredictable moments. One day he's grinding Fortnite subathons with Kai Cenat.
That's what I'm saying. He's still doing what Kai would do.
The next, he's diving headfirst into the WWE Royal Rumble. And somewhere along the way, he even met Bradley, the kid whose $1.79 donation set all of this in motion.
You're the reason why I'm sitting in this chair right now, bro.
By the end of 2024, Speed had done what few ever could. He cemented himself as the biggest name in streaming, taking home the most prestigious award in the industry.
And the Streamer of the Year award goes to iShowSpeed.
Thank God. If it would have gone to Pirate Software, that fucking Nepo baby scammer, I would have been so upset. I mean, I probably wouldn't if I don't really care. But good. I also want to say this. It's actually kind of crazy how it worked out. That all this is happening now when he's young. Because if he tries to do this when he's older, it's going to be much harder. It's just going to be more physically it's just a physical toll on your body, no matter how much you're in shape, you know, no matter what. But the fact that he's able to do this when he's young kind of makes it seem like it was meant to happen this way, because he did what he wanted to do at the perfect time. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't want to make it deeper than it is, but I did want to point that out, that it's like it really happened when it should have happened, if you think about it.
Streamer of the Year. That's a crazy one, but look, I want to thank a lot of people. I want to thank my management team. I want to thank my team, my cameraman, my mom, my dad, the countries that allow me to, stream in them places. I want to thank everybody.
Having a family that supports you in what you wanted to do, how instrumental was that in your success?
Well, at first I didn't really have support. Mom, come on.
I don't give a
All right, okay, all right,
I don't give a
all right.
I'm gonna be on the recording.
Okay, all right.
Embarrass your ass. Shit, come on, turn me up. Mom, come on. What she always doing?
I'm not in the mood right now, ma. I'm not in the mood right now. You streaming right now? You always doing this when I'm streaming.
My mom always supported me, she just didn't understand it.
You just gonna disrespect what I say, right? Now you shut the up.
I am gone, bro. I am no longer in Ohio, man. Unfortunately, I got into it with my mother and I moved out. My mom kicked me out of my house at 14. I moved to Michigan with my dad. Like, my dad is just the guy, like, go, do it.
Do it. Go be happy.
Yeah,
son.
exactly. So
Thank God he had, you know what? This is kind of, I don't know the woman and I don't want to talk mean about her, but thank God he had somebody in his life, like a father figure that, I mean, even a father figure, just having a father figure nowadays is tough. But just having somebody that's a grown up in his life that was actually like supporting him. Because if you look at the numbers, the subs and everything he had was good numbers. It was livable numbers. So the fact that, like, even at that point, she didn't understand him. It's like, the dude's making money. I mean, he's not crazy rich, right? He's not crazy rich, but he's doing the impossible. And the fact that she still was like belittling him and stuff like that, that's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to look too deep into it, but thank goodness he had somebody in his life that can give him a chance.
So I love you, Dad. You're my inspiration.
That was huge, man. That touched me, dude.
Jake donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
Thanks, man.
Can you say hi, Yas?
I'm really glad that I still got them.
Oh, you see him? You see him though? He was like, look at him. Look at the dad. He's fine back. He's fine those tears back.
I'm really glad that I still got them.
I'm glad they can have that moment on camera too.
My life, you know, and yes, and it does help. It's just good for the mental.
Right.
It's good for the mental.
How have you been able to stay speed? That you haven't let all the success, monetarily, the fame, how have you been able to stay so grounded?
I mean, I'm just like everybody else, and I just try to, you know, I try to really understand things, and I really just try to make people happy,
right,
and smile, you know, and just never let things get to your head. You know, you always just gotta just stay locked in. That's really pretty much the answer. As long as you stay locked in, you got it.
Anything else as you look ahead?
I think 2025 will be a really up step in terms of business. Obviously making my content better, you know, making my content better and really taking an up step on that. I'm not 16 anymore, you know, I'm just growing, like just the natural thing that a human does. I'm growing and I'm maturing better. And I still want to be me though, you know, and I'm at the same time, I still want to be me, but that's where I see myself in 2025. Just a better version, better and better.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh, the greatest streamer to ever live. The greatest content creator to ever live. Say that.
And I think honestly, just to be honest, I think he's up there. I think, like I think he is. I would say he is by far. And you know, to give the guy credit, you know, it's crazy to say this. I know it sounds weird, but a lot of these creators, you would look at them and you'd say like, oh, well, what are they going to be doing in 5-10 years? If Speed says, you know what, I'm going to pull a PewDiePie and ride off into the sunset, start my family and everything, I actually think that would be the good ending to everything, because he already did the impossible. He already became the biggest. He already showed the world love. He showed the world who he was. Right. And so it's like, he wouldn't need to. Whereas like a lot of other creators who come into the scene have to. They have no choice. Whereas Speed, I feel like if there's anybody that earned the good ending like that, to ride off into the sunset at like a younger age. I say a younger age because you don't want to do it when you're like 40 or 50, because that's crazy. But I don't know, maybe he does. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's very few creators that I feel like really earn that in a good way, and I think he's one of them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What is Speed gonna do for 2025? And am I a Speed fan? Yeah, I think so. Do I watch his content all the time? No, it's not really for me, but you know, I think I do appreciate greatness when I see it. So shout outs to him. Thanks for the video. See you on the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you actually by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.